As we move further, I would like to ask the speakers to keep the answers for the first few questions really short and crisp, since our time is very limited and we have to give chances to everyone. So kindly make a point that the answers for the first few questions are to be a little crisp and short.
Sure, Muthu.
Thank you. Thank you for the acknowledgement,
Yeah,
sir.
sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sure, Muthu. Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome you to the CEO Talk New Delhi Rising to the Challenge through Technical. This is an initiative by the Talk. My name is Muthu and I am the founder of Crumbles, an organic cookies company. CEO Talk is a platform to share ideas and insights to transform organizations to create a better and transparent forum for meaningful business relationships and partnerships. This event is brought to you by Tata Telebusiness Services. It is the country's leading enabler of connectivity and communication solutions for businesses. They offer services ranging from connectivity, collaboration, cloud, IoT security, and marketing solutions. Tata Telebusiness Services offers largest portfolio of ICT services for businesses in India. I would like to start this wonderful session by introducing the lovely panelists who have joined us with us today. Now, I know this is a virtual session, but as I introduce the name of the speakers, I would humbly request you to give a good round of applause so that we can keep the energy and the enthusiasm flowing across the meeting. I would like to start by introducing Mr. Sandeep Kapoor, Chairman and Managing Director of Sri Lifestyle. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining with us.
Thank you, Muthu. Thank you for inviting me for this platform. Thanks
Pleasure,
a lot.
sir. Mr. Upkar Singh, Director, IT Facility Information Services, India Private Limited. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Muthu. Thank you. I love to be a part of this great panel.
Pleasure is mine, sir. Mr. Arvind Kanoja, Director, Alpine Soft IT Solutions Private Limited. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining with us
Thank you,
today.
Muthu, for inviting.
Mr. Biplab Bhattacharya, National Business Head, Offline at ShopClues. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining with us. Mr. V. Ranganathan Iyer, who would be joining us very shortly, is the Group CIO of EBT IT JBM Group. And last but certainly not the least, we have our very own Tanjeet Singh, sir, the business leader at Tata Telebusiness Services. Thank you so much for joining with us, sir, today.
Thank you, Muthu. Good morning to all the panelist members. Looking forward for a very insightful and informative session.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right, panelists. So we are right away jumping on to the discussion round. So before we start, I would like to ask you to kindly mute yourself until your turn. So when it's your turn, you can unmute yourself and speak. Until then, kindly keep yourself on mute. As I said before, this is going to be a full-length discussion session, but please keep your answers a little crisp so that we can give chances to everyone. All right, so the last 1 year has been a complete haywire to a lot of people. It has been a complete roller coaster. So we never thought that we would be in such a situation until that situation came. The one thing that we all hear in our day-to-day life, the one thing that we hear the most apart from hello or good morning is the COVID-19. This pandemic has been really ruthless and it has impacted all our lives. So I'd like to start this session with something related to COVID. I would like to understand how has the pandemic affected and its impact on your business and revenues. So this will be the first discussion point. How has pandemic affected your business and impacted your revenues? I'd like to start with Sandeep, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Muthu. The pandemic, hit every business. If you ask me, in a different manner altogether. I mean, due to lockdown imposed, brought us the major sales drops in our retail stores. We expected online sales to be, grow, but however, first few months were not great at online sales also. So remained limited because of the strong proponent making in India, supply chain is based in India. Also, the manufacturer also in India. So
So, so your voice is a little distorted. I'll get back to you, sir.
is it better
In
now?
in a while. Yes, 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 sir. Yes.
It's better now.
Yes, sir. Continue.
So can I change my? Yeah.
They were still cracking.
Sandeep, sir, I'll get back to you in a short while. I'll quickly move on to Upkar Singh, sir. Yes, you can share your views.
Yeah, Muthu. See, we are a global company for the service side, service organization. So we are a fintech company. It's a global fintech company. And we are a software developer for financial institutions, for the merchant banking, capital market, and other banking institutions. So, see, the work from home culture was already there in for us, but it was not at large scale. The pandemic, though we have the CPO continuity program office, right, as a function across the globe, but this pandemic was really, something other that nobody was prepared, right? Because in the CPO continuity program, we were prepared for some disaster at a location and we will be shifting our operation to some other location. But this pandemic has brought a situation where nobody or no any organization with a strong CPO footprint was even ready for that. Yes, this pandemic had some impact, like in some part of our business line where we are a BPO function, there the call agents used to work only from the office. They were not allowed to work from home. But at the other side, the developers were used to work from home at least few days in a month. So it was a mixed kind of approach. But with the large scale up of the setup and all, we were able to cope up with the situation in couple of weeks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Over to Arvind, sir.
Thanks, Muthu. As far as our business is concerned, we are mainly a Google partner. Our major customers are, we provide them email service. So our business was not very much impacted. Maybe about 5 to 7% of customers, the small businesses, basically, they stopped their services. But overall, we actually gained more business during the COVID. The fact that people were already used to working from home, as Upkar also said, my team also is used to working from home. But what I realized during this pandemic, it was kind of an opportunity for us to see who is performing how when they are allowed to work from home. So I found that the productivity actually increased, and people were ready for the support services uh, more than 12 hours. They were just, because since they were at home, so anytime during the night also they were taking calls from the customers, supporting them. So it was kind of good for us. So
All right.
overall there was not much impact, except that yes, the payments have been delayed and we are still recovering the payments.
All right, sir. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Arvind, sir, for that lovely input.
Yeah.
Over to Biplab, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Muthu. This pandemic is actually a eye opener for everyone else because we were prepared for this. So for me, it is again a rebirth of some career aspects, you can say, because I come from a completely a strong distribution of offline of 20 years and coming to this field of online, which was my learning stage. But when I was appointed for this organization, I was being thinking to have more offline stores because we still believe that tier three onwards town is not into the online market. So looking at those angles, I was working with this organization for last 1 year, and certainly this pandemic uh, allowed me to think differently because when this march happened, we as a team become very close, and we actually challenge this challenge we have transformed this into an opportunity. As Softcruise is an online platform and we were more penetration in the northern side, we use this opportunity for delivering the all crisis situations items, which are the critical items like sanitizer, PPE kits. And we realized that our strength is that time is the delivery point, which others cannot match with us. So what has helped us in this situation is that our wings has gone to the extreme from Arunachal to the extremes of Northeast. So it becomes more viable
Okay.
for us because we thought that this business opportunity in coming days will help us to reach more and more customers in this pandemic, which we have gained in this.
Thank you.
But definitely one thing was very critical to how to create a motivation about the team. Because
Okay.
if you go through all the articles, uh, biggest worry about the employees was that their pay cuts will happen because their productivity. It's our job as a leader to make them understand that whatever delivery needs to happen from work from home also. Only the right direction needs to be given to them.
All right.
That way we have done the foundation and things started well, and we have gained a lot. And I think with all those senior leaders who all are speaking, it's
Very
not
good.
not the unfortunate situation. We have to live with it, and I think we have to live it for next 2 3 years. So I think that we need to plan ourselves for 2030. So that's
Perfect.
we are working forward.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Biplab sir, for the lovely input. Requesting again the panelists to keep it a little short. Over to Sandeep sir. Are you clear with the audio now, sir? Can we have a crisp input from you, sir, Sandeep sir? All right, we'll come back to Sandeep sir once again after a small while. At this juncture, I would like to understand one more thing from all the lovely entrepreneurs here. So the vaccine is almost here, so we are all coming to the unlock phase gradually. So at this juncture, how do you see the second half of this financial year? You know, how is it going to be? Is it going to be on a positive note or a negative note? I would like to start with Upkar Singh sir.
Yeah, Muthu. Uh,
So
it
how do
it
you
is
see
going to
the
be.
financial year closing? How do you see the financial year closing on a negative way or a positive way?
Yeah, of course. See, it is going to be in a positive way, in many ways, right?
Wonderful.
See, for our kind of organization, which is a service organization, initially we had some hiccups, but we could cope up with all the, upscaling of the setup or the new mode of or the new way of working from worker from kind of culture. So there were some collaboration issues. There were some, connectivity issues. But overall, as one of our panelists, I think Arvind was mentioning, that people has shown their productivity. We always say that when there is a disaster, all come along. I saw that, the even support teams, the business teams gelled together to find a solution. They were not blaming each other. They were all working to find a solution in this difficult time. So everyone was praising, appreciating others for the kind of service. So it was a kind of very, one team kind of environment. And what we saw that why we will be closing this second half over there in a positive note. There are a few reasons for that. One is that uh, there was a substantial saving in OPEX cost, right? Due to this pandemic, people all working from home, kind of. And also, uh, the people were able to deliver, that we saw that the productivity has increased, able to deliver what was supposed to be given. The company in our organization has managed to retain the business globally and able to give the service to their our customers basically whatever the deliveries we are supposed to. Yes, we had to find new ways of delivery that we will be discussing going further. But yes, with all this ecosystem, I think we are going to end with a positive. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kasim sir. Over to Arvind sir, how do you see the financial year closing on a positive or negative way? Request to keep you short. Yes, sir.
I agree with the car. It's going to be positive only.
Okay.
For us, as I said, the productivity got increased and we were able to deliver the projects and on time. But otherwise, also I see the market going, looking at positively. Market is looking towards the positive side rather than going down. Though there was loss, a lot of businesses they faced a loss, but now uh, it started to pick up again. Especially the retailers were definitely were very down, and the online business was little down. But now I see everybody's picking up, and because since we do digital marketing also, so I'm getting more and more inquiries from customers, to do put money into Google AdWords and PPC to promote their business.
All
So
right.
I see it on a positive note. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Arvind sir. Over to Biplab sir.
Yeah, I agree with Karan and Arvind. It's very positive, and I think that we should, because we have already created a parallel online platform, because lots of industries are not from online, and they have already gained this new way of living. So these are extra earning for them. So we are all thinking of do the concept, because it's time to deliver double. And I think employees are also motivated, because the organization, the way they have supported. If you go through the analysis, which I was thinking, in the March when the analysis came, when we do the survey, better was around 55, and now in Jan 2021, as per the home positive outlook, it has come down from 55. It has grown up to a level of 63. So people are also habituated, and I think definitely business will grow up, and definitely things will start moving.
All right, sir. Thank you for that wonderful input, Biplab sir. Sandeep sir, is your audio clear now? Can we hear from you? How do you
Yeah,
foresee the financial closing? Yes, sir.
yeah, sure. I'm sorry for the net issues.
Not a problem.
So, Muthu, we saw a very early August some recovery signs, and I think our retail has recovered most of it. And going forward, we are very positive. The market is behaving in a very positive manner. People are willing to come out. The vaccine is already in the market now, so people are really feeling good about that. The next year would be very promising, and I think we can revive for the last year's losses, whatever we have incurred in the
Wonderful.
first half.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Thank you, Sandeep sir. So, Tanjit sir, since you're working with a lot of SMEs, I would like to understand your observation on the financial year end closing.
So, Muthu, for us, when this pandemic started, a lot of companies were, holding back their decisions. So they wanted to sustain their business. That was a critical, time for all the organization to hold back their, resources as well as their capital, because nobody was aware of it, till what time they need to continue it. So now we are seeing that in quarter 3, organizations are started taking the decision, because they have understood what kind of the scenario is going forward for, as the market is also picking up, and rightly picked up by all the panelist members. There is a growth which is happening in the market. We are also seeing a traction as well as the transactions. Both are enhancing. So it is looking pretty promising. We are seeing, and fortunately, we were part of the essential services. So we were not impacted much, but in fact, there was a lot of growth was there in terms of the demand on the part of bandwidth, or on the part of the connectivity services. And it helped. This situation really gives us the opportunity to introspect ourselves as well, where we need to be. So similarly, for the organization in the space of SMB, they were holding back the decision. Now they are taking decisions, and it's looking pretty promising right now.
Thank you, Sanjit Singh sir, for the lovely input. I think all the panelists are really having a great inputs. I think you guys are really rocking today. But at this juncture, I'd like to, do a small activity on, and I'd like to understand, since we're all moving towards an entirely different style of working. So the work from home technology or the work from home phenomenon has become very predominant now. I would like to understand from you, entrepreneurs, what do you think is the best model for your business? But this time, you're not going to speak; it's the actions that is going to speak this time. So there is three options that I'm going to give it to you. So if you think that the conventional office setup is going to work for you, please raise your left thumb. Or if you think that it's going to be the work from home model that is going to be the future, you can raise your right thumb. Or if you think that it is going to be the hybrid model that is going to be very predominant, you can just say a namaste. All right. So office setup is left thumb, work from home is the right thumb, or if it is hybrid, a namaste. So what do you think, panelists? What do you think is going to be effective for us? Okay, we have, oh, that's a bullseye. So everyone are having a good namaste. Sandeep sir, I am not able to see a video. What is your opinion, sir?
Sure. Sorry, my video is not visible. I mean, surprisingly, it worked for us for the initial months, but although from work from office is also still a default mode of working, since we are a very small organization, and work from office worked pretty well for us after unlock. We could maintain social distancing, we can maintain the basic hygiene practices successfully at the office as well at the stores, because we most of the team is on the operational side. So work from home is really not possible for us, for all the team members to going forward.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a different, input from the rest of the people, but yes, it differs from business to business. All right. Moving forward, I would like to understand what kind of technology adoption you initiated during the lockdown to ensure business continuity. So there has to be one technology adoption, right? So one thing that you adopted that ensured business continuity during the lockdown. I would like to start from Biplab, sir.
Basically, we are into an online platform. Our technology is having a robust system, but in this scenario, we have completely bang on an automated system of the delivery.
Okay.
Contactless delivery was the one thing which we have added
All right.
because that can only give us a trust to the customer.
All right. Amazing, sir. Amazing. Over to Arvind, sir.
We have been using Google services right from beginning when we started the company. But what I realized is that during this pandemic, we used more of, we went into deep diving of the services, like Google Drive, sharing the documents with each other, doing collaboration, having online meetings on Google Meet. So this is what helped us a lot. And in collaborating even with the customers, the customers have now got used to of having online meetings rather than having a physical one. So earlier they used to call us, now you need to come to us. Even for a 5-10 minutes meeting, I had to drive 1 hour earlier. But now it just Google Meet and you're through with the meeting, and with no time loss at all.
Absolutely, sir.
Reducing the travel cost as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So the Google Meet and the Zoom platforms are changing the game today.
Yes.
Over to Sandeep, sir.
Yeah, digital transformation has brought a major change in a business like ours. We have been, quickly adoption of, changing this, reaching us to our customers through website, through WhatsApp, through social media, through SMSs, because during the lockdown, our the whole team was sitting idle at home. So we thought, why not to connect our consumers, let's talk to them, let's ask them for their well-being. So let's offer them something if they need something at home. So we created a small team who are on the WhatsApp with our whole database. So I think we got to know our consumer. We got lot of direct interactions with our customers during those lockdown days. And I would say that's going to be the future of the country, and we need to go phygital. So we are physically also there, and digitally also we have to connect to our consumers. So I think it was a great exercise, getting close to our customer, getting, you know, knowing about their needs. So a lot of feedbacks, a lot of uh, learning has been done through the digital platforms.
All right.
I think
Thank you.
that's going to be the future of the country.
Wonderful, sir. And thanks to that, I learned a new word today, phygital. That really sounds very interesting. Thank you, Sandeep, sir. Moving to Upkar Singh, sir.
Yes, Muthu. See, as part of the digital transformation, right? All the emerging technologies are in use in some or the other way in our organization. But what we have observed during this time is that the cloud adoption has accelerated in a big way, right? So not if you will take the first and the kind of technology, this cloud telephony, right? All our call agents were used to be doing the whole setup at on-premise setup kind of things, but as they had to move out from the office premise and to work from their home, right, the cloud telephony has played a big role in achieving our deliveries, right? So that was really helpful. Collaboration tools were already there, but again the adoption and the use of that has accelerated. Cloud overall as a whole, not as a like desktop on the cloud, right? Windows virtual desktop, if you say, have been adopted with all the security things in place, no doubt. So cloud adoption is one major thing I think got accelerated much.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you, Upkar Singh, sir. That was really very interesting to learn a lot of new things and interesting things, or the way how you ensured your business continuity even during the lockdown period. Thank you so much, all the lovely panelists. Moving forward, I would like to understand. So, since we are all talking about, the adoption of digital techniques, the adoption of digital technologies like Zoom or Google Meet, and so on. Now, during this transition, while adopting towards the digital lifestyle, what was the biggest challenge that you faced? So, this would be the next question. So, the biggest challenge you faced while adopting the digital lifestyle. So, I'd like to start with Arvind, sir.
So as I said, we were already utilizing a lot of digital media, digital platforms. So we did not have much of a challenge, for us. But yes, for to explain it to the customers who were not used to of having the experience or digital, like the old generation businesses, they were not really used to of having online meetings and using the digital media as much as we were doing it. So to onboarding them back to onto utilizing the full strength of digital things available to them. For example, the Google Drive, the document collaboration things, and the for video conferencing, this Google Meet and Zoom. We had to little bit struggle and explain it to the senior management who were not really tech savvy. So, but now everybody is very comfortable and they have adopted to having online meetings and working on the cloud. So,
Okay.
cloud has really helped most of the businesses that we are in touch with.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Like, maybe I would reiterate that one challenge that you faced while you were adopting the digital normal. I would like to ask this to Upkar Singh, sir.
Yeah, Muthu. See, the one challenge was one of first, while the way we changed, the mode of operation, as you said. One of the biggest challenge was getting clients' approval, right? See, because that in many such cases, client was not ready to give approval to work from home in kind of BPO kind of setup or the business lines we had. So, because security is one of the paramount, important factor over there. So that was one of the challenge. But the other
Okay.
challenge was that in some of the SEG unit, the DOT has to give the compliance issues, right? So who are working from home, so we had to report to DOT who are the OSP licenses like us.
Okay.
So that was the challenge, to fill. The other biggest challenge was the connectivity. In software development, what happens is that you need to connect to the servers for deployment, for processing, and all. So connectivity in many parts of our India was a challenge sometimes, where the users were facing issues. So though there were some workaround, but I think these are the main things. And security, no doubt, that is very much important. A company like fintech, especially. So that was also a challenge, but we had a plan in place, and so we
Okay.
could mitigate those challenges easily and planning.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Over to Sandeep, sir.
Muthu. Thanks, Muthu. I think we had a lot of tools, but which were not being used effectively. I mean, we learned to use, Zoom meetings. We were not comfortable for the Zoom meetings earlier. Now we are conducting 3 to 4 meetings a day, whereas I mean physically you can't meet 1 or 2 people a day. So I think we have made good use of the technology available around, and we have come out of that physical comfort now, and we are making full use of our website, our WhatsApp, our Google Meets, everything. So I think it's a good learning for us that going forward it's going to be I mean, very important. It's going to play a very important role in our business, for our customer, for our employees, and for the companies to grow.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Sandeep, sir. Over to Biplab, sir.
Yeah, the challenge is not only it's not one, because what I have analyzed during this period was that three things was missing when I down to the team member. There are three things. One is the speed, second one is the ownership, and third one is the delivery. I made it very simple, though the analysis was in a tough words, because what we realized from them is that entire team was not prepared for this the speed, ownership, and delivery at the point when this COVID started. So we have started this story by making that if a fire brigade, if some fire happens, the fire brigade comes immediately. So rather than calling them a team, we started calling them a brigade. So started calling them a brigade champ. So you have to think at that point of time, and it has also helped lots of team members. Their efficiency has grown up. So it is not for my organization, it for their career growth also.
All right.
They have started gaining their ownership on their own, which will help them to grow in their career path.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Biplab, sir. At this juncture, I would like to welcome, we have another speaker with us, Ranganathan Iyer, sir. Welcome, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you, sir?
Fine, thanks.
Yes, sir. Wonderful. So as we are discussing, the one point that we are discussing right now is the biggest challenge that you faced while adopting to the digital normal.
See, we have only challenges to when we are embracing digital. Why? Because the expectation of the business owners is really on the rise post-pandemic, because they are very clear they wanted to embrace technology. This also gives us more insight into the business, because as compared to pre-pandemic, the technology penetration was not to that level. So to answer the question very simple, now it is more technology friendly management, which is helping us deploying more value based deployment than of transaction based
All right.
deployments.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Summarize
Ranganathan, sir. So, Tanjit, sir, at this juncture, I would like to understand one thing is what should a company do to secure its network and assets?
So, I mean, no longer, conventional model of, just putting and deploying the some sort of a firewall at your gateway level doesn't work. As we know that, it's a more of a hybrid model which has been adopted by the organizations, right? So we really need to secure, end to end ourselves. That's the point where, you're required to create a secure multi-layer security at the gateway level, along with the part of your end device, followed by email security. And since, a lot of people are, accessing critical information from their home, so multi-factor can also come into the picture. So when this pandemic started, we really been known as only a network company or a connectivity company. We found out, we tried to understand that what are the organization typical challenge, what does they need, so how they can ensure that they can have a secured communication, along with the part of they can ensure secured connectivity. So we came across with a lot of new offerings on that particular part. We diversified ourselves, we increased our portfolio, we brought a lot of new versions on that. So secured connectivity, that's one point where Mr. Upkar was talking about, the work from home was being a challenge and the connectivity was being there. So we came up with the part of, secured connectivity on that perspective from MPS, the smart VPN, as, came across as a service. Along with that, we came across on the part of the cybersecurity services. So now we are giving end-to-end, network, as well as on the part of asset security to the organization. It's a full bouquet, Tata Tele Business is now offering. So probably the organization are required to have a secured connectivity on the part of, along with the part of, ensuring their cybersecurity adoption as well. That's really, really critical for the organization.
All right, sir. Thank you, Sanjeev, sir, for that lovely input. Moving forward, I would like to understand from the panelists what kind of enterprise solutions you feel can enhance your productivity. One enterprise solutions you feel can enhance your productivity. Requesting to keep you very short. We'll start with Ranganathan Iyer this time. Yes, sir.
See, being a manufacturing company, it is very clear that we have to increase the productivity. Not only the productivity of the manpower and productivity of the machine. And for that, we need visibility. So we have started connecting, we have created a AI division within our company. And then we are embracing latest technologies which can give us insight of what is within the machine, number one, to increase the machine uptime. Number two, we are doing the wastage of time, and why that wastage is happening. The machine is contributing that wastage of time, or the material is contributing to that wastage of time, or the man who is handling is the culprit, or the planning. So if you ask the machine connectivity and insights are really helping us enhancing our productivity, not only the machine. Over and above, what we are embracing is the visual based quality checking. We are eliminating manpower also by incorporating visual analytics through AI and ML. This is one of the key initiative which we have done in the last 12 months, and then we are really enjoying the.
Okay.
Yes, we have just started. There are many issues coming up because the development team is also not that much production friendly. Yes,
Okay.
we are.
All right, sir. All right. Arvind, sir, I think I can hear from you. So one enterprise solution you feel will enhance the productivity. Yes, sir.
I think adoption of digital media is the need of the hour. People have really gained by moving over to digital media and utilizing the internet basically, on the cloud, because it makes your life easy, and it, as I said, we could see the increase in productivity for in our case also. Uh, Many of our customers have come back to us and told us, that after they moved over to using online digital platforms, their productivity has actually gone up. And many of them have adopted to working hybrid in the hybrid mode, working from home, and like twice a day, twice a week, they are working from home, 3 days coming to office, and the vice versa, whatever suits to them. So I think adopting the cloud platform is very important nowadays.
All right. Thank you, Arvind sir. Over to Ukar sir.
Yes, Muthu. I'm, totally convinced with my dear friend Ayyar said, and Mr. Arvind also said. Yes, digital, transformation as a technology or the various factors of it are really means for it. No, one thing is that digital transformation or the adoption of the emerging technologies, or you may say that data-driven, approach, right, for an organization to take through this journey is very effective. And what we saw that the productivity doesn't only increase with the use of technology, it has to be complemented with the processes also, right, as well as security. When we adopt the technology like digital, right, there bad side of it, security. We are already used to hear that this and that organization have been compromised with some that attack. So why adopting the things, I think the processes, how to use the technology, because the cloud adoption simply without any processes control will ultimately lead you to the higher cost of the cloud. It's not going to be so cheap. So the how to use, what load, all loads are not meant for cloud. So what load need to go to cloud, how to adopt, how to configure a cloud in a better way, and how to secure a cloud, because it is again a shared responsibility. Going to a cloud doesn't mean that you are ever secured, or it is all the data center or the cloud provider responsibility. It's a shared responsibility. So I believe technology, digital adoption, along with processes and security approach is going to give you the right productivity, because it won't lead into a odd situation.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Biplab sir.
Yeah, for this digital transformation, I think mostly it's common. We have, as a company, digital transformation is the key thing which will happen. But along with that, what says is that the right process is very much needed, because definitely we have to maintain the tag, because without the tag, your process can't be ongoing. And for us also, we have benchmarked few things. That is, we have tried to choose the right customers, because in this pandemic, we have identified which are the items or which are the products or which are the categories are the most necessary, essential needs for a customer. So as we always also know that if you have a right customer in a right bus, automatically the bus will reach the destination. So at this point of time, in times of crisis also, we have started to maintain the right product with a right portfolio, so that our returns and CODs are transferred from COD to a prepaid mode. So if you see that lots of online companies have moved COD to a prepaid mode, which has also helped them to get a good sales in terms of volume also.
All
So
right.
along digital transformation, we have added few things for a long-term goal.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Biplab sir. Over to Sandeep sir.
Yeah, Muthu.
Yes. Sir.
So, no, as I said earlier, also, I mean, digital, uh, uh, we've been benefited a lot for our business, especially, and way forward, there are a lot of things to do. We need the better networking, we need the better technology, better, we need to update on it's an ongoing process. So, as I said earlier, also, it's going to be the uh, you know uh, what country needs. So it's very essential for the businesses like us to grow further.
Thank you, Sandeep sir. So I think it has been yet another round of very interesting inputs from all the lovely panelists here. Moving forward, this is definitely one of the interesting questions of the day. What is that one thing worked well for your business you would like to share with the others? In terms of pandemic, there were a lot of strategies that have been implemented from your side, right? So apart from that, one thing that worked well for your business that you would like to share with the others, I'd like to start with Biplab sir this time. Yes, Biplab sir.
The one thing,
Yes, one thing that worked well for your business that you would like to share with the others.
team effort and close bonding of the team during this crisis time. And I have seen that the organization has become like a family, because
Wonderful.
that is something which has created the difference, which we have never thought before.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you, Biplab sir. Arvind sir?
Uh, See, what worked for us, I think, is that everybody was forced to work from home.
Okay.
You know, so that was kind of like a trigger that everybody started delivering on time, and since they were sitting at home, only nothing else to do, they cannot go out. So what else to do? So they were working hard and delivering the products well before in time. Instead of 8 hours of working, they were working 12 hours, 13 hours a day. So,
Okay.
so kind of,
The work
I
from
mean, it
home.
was, and now they're so used to working from home now. Even now they are coming twice a week in the to office, and then the rest of the week they're working from home.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir. Sandeep sir?
So I think we have a lot of different tools now. We can analyze customer behavior on time to time basis, and which is going to streamline your business. And that's very important. I mean, uh, the first quarter of the lockdown, we put in entire team on customer behavior, customer survey, what customer is looking for, what we are providing, who we are, what we are communicating to the consumer. So I think the whole team worked for initial months, and we came out with a different kind of strategy, which is working very well now, since the markets are open now, and it has given us a tremendous response, I would say. And however, all these business should be look at the optimizing the expenses wherever, whenever it is possible. So I think it's a big takeaway from this period.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Ranganathan sir?
Instead of one point, I will try to explain two different aspects.
Okay.
Number one, the decision which we took 2-3 years back, it was so good that it could help us in pandemic, which we were not aware of, to be very honest. Some of the collaboration platform which we have adopted 3 years back, when before pandemic, when we tried to see how optimum utilization is happening, it was less than 20%. The decision which we took 3 years back was paying off during pandemic. It means we had a very good strategy of moving things at the right time. We could explain management that the decision which we took ahead of time has helped us. That is number one. How it has been put to the management is management has supported us in deploying this, so that during this pandemic time we were in a position to perform better. That's number one. Number two, some of the potentials of some of the employees was so evident that we never thought that person has got that much of knowledge bank. Sitting at home and all okay. But when he was performing, we never had that opportunity of a particular person or a set of people performing. This also clearly a indicator that how we were evaluating anybody's performance needs some corrections. These are the two things which I have learned, which we should focus on, so that people who are not performing to that level, probably they may have good store of knowledge which we should put to use.
Okay. Thank you, Ranganathan sir. Upkar sir?
Yeah, Muthu. One thing I would like to highlight here is that our strong technology architecture,
Wonderful.
right? Being a global organization, around 55 plus thousand employees and 139 countries. I think that was the one thing which has made us to sail through this. The only thing which required that strong architecture, the upscale of the same was achieved within a week, right? So only the scale up was required. That was done with. This is the technical side of it, right? The technology adoption and all were there in place. Only the scale up and adoption was the issue. And that was done very quickly. The other thing was that the flexibility.
Okay.
The flexibility shown by the employees, shown by the support department, shown by the management, right? They connected through their employees on a regular basis. The flexibility in the policies, right? Where someone has to have a broadband reimbursement or various other factors, providing chair and table to the employees or various other things. The flexibility shown by both the employees as well as management was another factor. And I want to call out, this all went successful because of some external factor as well. And there were electricity board and our internet service provider. I just want to appreciate these two factors. If suppose they were not available during this pandemic, there could be a real disaster. So I just want to thank these two departments. They have done redundantly, well to sail through this testing time.
Amazing, sir. Thank you, Upkar sir. Right, I would like to understand from Tanjeet sir this time, since we're all moving towards the digital normal, cybersecurity has become even bigger threat in the virtual and remote work environment. Why is that so? And to what extent have the business been able to deal with these threats?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes, sir. Why has cybersecurity become an even bigger threat in the virtual remote work environment? To what extent have businesses been able to deal with the threats?
So I think I'm not a tech person. I'm a product person.
Sorry, sir. This is to Tanjeet, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Tanjeet, sir, it's for you.
So, Muthu, see, securing a business has taken a hell lot of a new meaning, right? And we know that cyber threats are real and carries a financial impact too. So organizations are required to be a bit proactive and vigilant on that. Organizations are not required to take such business threats. Probably, as we know that as per the report shared by Cybersecurity Venture, they estimated a cyber crime of $6 trillion by 2021 worldwide. So we know that they carry a financial impact, but they also carry a dent on many other factors. That is on the part of your intellectual property, risking your company image, data threat, and your productivity. So as I said, you're required to be a bit vigilant and proactive. Companies are required to have some sort of IT transformation on that. Large enterprises are typically taking such decisions well in advance. Rightly said by Ranganathan sir and Mr. Upkar sir, on the part of the kind of the network, the platform they have created or kind of decisions they have taken 2-3 years back. So simple, learning for all of us on that particular perspective, certain, simple strategies can be adopted. As picked up rightly by Upkar sir, that you're required to have, it's more of a, shared kind of a responsibility. So you can secure a network, you can create a secured system by deploying it, not only by deploying your end devices, but also creating an accountability among your employees. How you can create the accountability, that is, you can enhance their skill set by educating them on the part of why it is important to adopt such company IT policies, what kind of a threats it involves. along with the part of companies are, really, picking up on the part of the cloud perspective. Now it has become pretty cheap, and it has really been adopted pretty well among all the organization. And you need to spend on your IT infra too. So it's return on investment is pretty much clear on that. Companies are required to put our money on their IT as well. That's really, really creative, important. You need to secure your not only your systems, but also the part of other, the people who are work from home. How you can do that? As I said earlier, you can have a secured, connectivity along the part of, cyber security. You really need to put it as a service in your system.
Thank you, Sanjeev sir. It was a lovely set of inputs once again from the panelists. Moving forward, it's going to be, kind of a very interesting, or rather a very personal based question. So, what do you read or watch to get business updates, and who do you consider as your inspiration? It can be related to business or life, but who do you consider yourself as an inspiration? So, there are two questions to answer. One is, what do you read and watch to get business updates? And the next question would be, who is your inspiration? I'd like to start with Arvind sir.
You asked me the most difficult question. Okay. I don't get much time to read, but internet is always there, because most of the time my laptop is on, and there are news events going on. So most of the business news I get on the internet itself. And as far as the inspiration is concerned, I got a couple of quotes by Ratan Tata ji saying that this 2020 is to survive, and you can do the business later.
Yes.
So that really helped me, and I was kind of very impressed with this statement.
Okay.
But that we need to survive first COVID, and then look for business.
True. Very true. Thank you, Arvind sir. Sandeep,
Yeah.
Sandeep Kapoor sir.
Yes, Muthu. I'm really agree with Arvind, Mr. Ratan Tata, being a inspiration for us. I really admire his thoughts and way forward approach. So I really admire him. I always follow him for his advice, for his whatever. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So I strictly follow Mr. Ratan Tata's advice. I mean, the way he's industrialized, the way he thought for his team, and for the contributing to the society and the country is admirable.
Okay. Thank you, Sandeep sir. Over to Ranganathan sir.
Inspiration, if you specifically ask, it is an environment which gives many good inspiration. As I am more or less on last 33 years on manufacturing, so although I'm IT person, but still I really spend more time on manufacturing floor area, which really gives us insights on how we can resolve many of the issues. So if you see the inspiration, I should not say this, but still in corporate office, if I sit, I wear a shoe which is being worn by a normal worker. So factory ka shoe hi main pehanta hu, because that really gives insights of man, machine, material, and then bringing technology into that. So that is where I get the most inspiration, to be very honest to you. I'm not a vivid reader of books, etc., but I am very decent in reading good books. Most of the time I take input from very close friends on identifying the books, which is more meaningful for me too. But it is never related to IT. It will be away from IT always whenever I read books.
Okay. Thank you. Over to Upkar sir.
Yeah, Muthu, very interesting question, right? And when you say the knowledge, as Ayyar also said, yes, I also do read books, but not exactly related to IT. But yes, this pandemic year, last year, has really given all of us an opportunity to learn, unlearn first, then learn and relearn, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
there was a plethora of or plenty of webinars, sessions which we could not attend physically. We could attend, digitally, and be a part of those webinars. I attended a lot. I completed many of the workshops, right? So we all had an opportunity to learn new technologies, new way of working, new workshops on security side, strategy side. So I learned all those. I participated in many of the webinars. I participated in many as a panel member, also as as a speaker. So that was the one way to learn from others, right, and to share our knowledge with others. So that did happen in a big way in last whole year. Yes, and I will say inspiration. In last year, especially, if I see that, I see one inspiration that how to manage this difficult situation. I closely watched our own CEO, Gary A. Norcross. How did he manage this difficult situation? He balanced it in a so well that it did not impacted our clients. Clients were also happy in a way that how he managed. Management was happy, even the employee was happy. So he balanced in a way so that there was not much impact on any of these factors. So by watching, being part of those meetings and the strategy meetings and all those, I got to know him more closely and see his leadership quality that sailed us through very well through this testing time. So I am really inspired by him, especially in this last year. And knowledge, I think, connecting with our friends, peers, and the few of the clubs which we are part of was the source of our knowledge and all these things. Thank you.
thank you, sir. And finally, over to Biplab, sir.
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. I would like to take it in a two ways. One is how I read myself. Uh, I should say that I am a lucky guy that today I'm here. Because why I'm lucky? Because 45% of the members today there are lots of jobless. For that, it's a lucky thing that we are still working. And now the inspiration starts from my home. That's from the family. My inspiration comes from family because they have supported us last 11 months. How we have done it. Because it's a house lock situation. And we are completely into a team meetings from starting from 10 o'clock. Then my inspiration comes from when I'm into the street. I have seen people working for Dell or selling vegetables for their survival. So now this 2021, 22, 23, 24 is only for the survival for the people. So I have seen the eagerness when I have visited a mall or somewhere, the casualty was there. But now, if you visit any mall or a customer, that guy will share his WhatsApp number
Sure.
so that you can become your rotate customer. That eagerness is there. So I think this inspiration is something that there is nothing where people can get defeated. If you have that jail to deliver beyond boundaries, you can win any situation. So that is something inspiration which I carry, and mostly I carry from my family members how they have motivated ourselves in this last COVID situation.
Thank you, sir. So I think with that we come to the end of today's session. It has been an absolutely interesting episode with a lot of very very nice insights from people of all different sorts of businesses, ranging from different extremes. And I really had a very good time. I hope you had the same. And I would like to sincerely thank all the lovely panelists who have been with us till the very end, showing us some really delightful inputs regarding how to take the business forward even during the difficult times. And until next time, this is me, Muthu, signing off. Until a very interesting episode of The Talk, this is me, Muthu, signing off. Have a wonderful week again. Thank you so much.